Hey, happy Monday. Do you ever feel as though your body has a mind of itself and is working against you? If you do, I can completely relate. I have my weigh-in results today, but I wanted to give you an update on this past week since I didn't post anything. I do feel like my body has just turned against me. Last Monday when I had my weigh-in, and I didn't lose any weight. I talked a lot about my non-scale victories and all these ways that I was feeling so much better. And it's like my body went, hold my beer. And I had a horrible week. I just like inflammation came back. I was in pain all week. I was exhausted. My skin was terrible. It's starting to clear up now, but it looked like somebody just beat me in the face, and my whole body felt like I'd just been beat up, and I was dizzy again. Now, I've been thinking about like why would that happen? And I know it's not just psychological. Even though sometimes it feels like it, it's like my body's saying, "Yeah, you think you're doing well? Well, I'm going to show you." But I do think it's because I have this struggle, and it's a struggle with addiction, and the addictions change. I know I have a sugar addiction, and I haven't been allowing myself to have sugar. I know I have a food addiction overall, and I'm basically, my palate runs my life. And so I had I had been having trouble before when I was eating bacon, and I figured I shouldn't be eating bacon anymore because it just inflames me. It might be because it's higher in histamine and because my mast cell activation syndrome. I really should be sticking with low histamine foods. That might be why. But anyways, I think the problem is bacon. I was weak last Monday. I was looking for variety and taste, letting my mouth and my taste buds run my life again, and probably would have been better off just cheating and eating an apple, but I didn't. I made myself a whole package of bacon. Nice, cut it up into small pieces, made it nice and crispy so it was kind of like a snack. And I ate almost the whole thing in one sitting. And then the next day I ate the rest of it. And it just goes to show like this, it's an eating disorder. And I think that's why I was just a wreck the whole rest of the week. Like my inflammation came back and everything was all wacky and wonko again. So I felt horrible. I probably should have posted during the week because I know I'm trying to be really transparent and share the ups and the downs. I just felt horrible, and it's kind of hard to create a video when you feel horrible. Honestly, I didn't even have the energy to shower. And I know one of the things I talked about last week was how I have energy to shower now. So I did shower today, and I'm feeling a lot better today. So, anyways, that's something. Hopefully, I'm going to learn my lesson. I tell you, my taste buds are so powerful, and my desire to satisfy my palate is so strong. So hopefully I will learn a lesson from this and not do that again. So anyways, on to the week's results. So this was a good week. It was a really good week. So sorry for shaking up the computer here. Anyways, so the scale says I lost 1.6 pounds, which is in and of itself great because I was flat last week. This week, yay, I lost some weight, and I could feel it. I could feel my belly was a little, not quite as big. It's still big, but not quite as big. So that was good. I did have my BMI. I'm so excited. Yay. My BMI, even though it's barely under 50, it's finally under 50. So that's a huge win for me. It's all psychological. It's just a number, but it's a number. It's kind of like that every 10 pounds you feel good. Well, this is a huge accomplishment. I'm under 50 now for my BMI. Yay. Okay, so I celebrated that when I saw that. Um, so my fat-free body weight is actually up by 1.2 pounds. So that's usually composed of, anything that's not fat. So when I take a look at what did I gain, I gained more muscle, but I only gained zero point 0.8 of muscle. So there's a zero point 0.4 pounds that I cannot account for with muscle or with bone because I stay the same with bone. So I think it's water. I think I'm retaining water. And if you look at my water percentage, it went up a little bit. I don't know. That's just a percentage, and that's going to fluctuate as my body weight comes down. But I do feel like I do have a little bit of swelling in my feet. And from all the inflammation I had over the past week, I wouldn't be surprised if it was water. So usually what happens when I'm coming down from a huge inflammatory phase is that I just urinate a lot and it goes that water, I just pee it out. I notice I'm already starting to do that today. So hopefully this inflammation is going to get out of my body in the form of water and I will feel better. So overall, I have, let's see. So if you factor in the 1.2 pounds plus of gain plus and add that to the 1.6, I actually have 2.8 pounds of fat loss. So I lost 2.8 pounds of actual fat. So I'm super excited about that. Despite how horrible I felt this past week, I didn't eat any carbs. I didn't eat any sugar. I did try to get some exercise. I went for a walk yesterday and it was so hard. I was still very inflamed and it was very hard. And I tweaked my knee again. That's the struggle that I have with exercise. I'm still so large and I injure myself very easily. Now, tomorrow I have an appointment with the physical therapist. I have a chiropractic appointment, but I'm going to see his physical therapist. So hopefully we can get some good exercises in for strengthening my lower back and my knee. So anyways, those are my results for week 6. Now, I mentioned last week that the last time I did the carnivore diet after week 6 is when I quit. So if I had a week like my past week, I kind of can understand why, because week 6 was brutal for me, even though it was probably my own fault. But I have completed week 6 now. I am officially started into week 7. And I am not quitting. I'm pushing through the bad times and I am going to just keep going because I didn't get this way overnight. It's not going to go away overnight. And I will try to, if I have a really bad day, just come on and make a video and just be real transparent and share how I'm doing. And, if I look horrible and look like crap, then, oh, well, I guess that's just the way it is. And, I will let you know how I'm doing. And hope everyone's having a great, wonderful week. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.